Welcome to the Rehab Roundup. I am your host, Dr. Hassan, board certified physiatrist and independent practice owner. I help physiatrists start and grow their own independent practices so that they can achieve financial independence and live without limits. Welcome back to those of you who are tuning in again, and welcome to those of you who are tuning in for the first time. Last week, we talked about how to leverage locums to start your independent practice. And today I want to talk about moonlighting your way to financial freedom. So last week, like I said before, we talked about how you can leverage locums as a way to generate revenue to start your own independent practice. And you can do something very similar with moonlighting. So moonlighting is a little different from locums in that it's really pretty much direct to consumer. So you and whatever physiatrist you enter that agreement with, agree upon you providing coverage for them in exchange for keeping your collections. So you kind of cut out the locums company in this particular scenario, and sometimes that works where you don't necessarily have to go through the company, but it's another option you have available to you to be able to generate revenue. So you say, hey, how do I do this? So a couple different ways. In whatever particular area that you work in, you can find the rehab unit or the rehab hospital and pretty much just go in there and kind of say, hey, find out who the physiatrists are that round there and just really talk to them and kind of figure out how is your practice set up? What are some of your things that you would like to achieve in terms of vacation time, weekends, so forth and so on. And if they say to you, hey, I like to have, 2, 3, or all of my weekends off, can you help out? That provides you with an opportunity to provide coverage for those weekends. And you basically just make sure that you set up an agreement where you keep your collections. Because really what you're doing is you're providing coverage for that physiatrist, which is invaluable sometimes. So you provide coverage to them, and in return, you get that opportunity to generate revenue. And from that revenue that you generate, you can start to lay down that foundation to really build your practice. So moonlighting is another key tool in your toolkit to help you build this practice. And I don't think a lot of people really know about this as an opportunity. So you can also do this in the skilled nursing setting, acute care setting, LTAC setting, so forth and so on. You just really have to find another provider who has a need for time off, vacation, or just the weekends, and really you kind of go from there. So moonlighting is overlooked in terms of different ways to generate revenue to help you start your independent practice. So for more tips like this, please hop over to my website, www.drhassanrehab.com. Check out the blogs. I have a lot of helpful and useful information on how to set up and build your practice. And then if you want to learn more strictly from me, I drop my scheduling link on the post, and I'll do that in the comment section as well. So you can just basically sign up for a free 15-minute discovery session with me. We can talk about some of the things you want to know about starting and building your practice. So I am Dr. Hassan, board certified physiatrist and independent practice owner. I help physiatrists start and grow their own independent practice so that they can achieve financial independence and live without limits. Look forward to talking to you soon. Next week, we're going to talk about overhead. Overhead is another thing that you have to think about and look at when you're starting to build your practice and think about different practice and employment options as you kind of transition. So we're going to talk about overhead. Thank you and good night.